Intelligence is absolutely overrated, and here's why. There's a few things that the brain absolutely can do and absolutely can't do. And the first thing that really differentiates this from all our other layers is its ability to recognize patterns, right? So something happens over and over again. The brain is absolutely a genius at analyzing the pattern and just coming up with a solution. But it gets very complicated once we use this skill and try to use it in different layers of our being. For example, emotions, things like happiness. Because unlike the solutions that we can come up with, emotions are actually very irregular, that require very different solutions. And what people will do most of the time is think of the moment they were happiest in their life and just try to recreate that on like a structural basis and then say, now I'm happy. But you already kind of start to feel that the second you try to recreate it, it's not the same anymore. It doesn't work like that because emotions, like I said, are very irregular. And and what does work with this is being in the moment. And this is very scary for people because you have no control over what's going to happen. That's actually what emotions are all about. So staying in touch with the emotion, and this is also why people say that a lot of dumb people seem much happier, is because they just tend to live less in the world we create up here and a little bit more in real life. And that's kind of the skill that it takes to work through issues, to just be here, to feel. And the more all the analytics of our heads want to pull us out of the moment, the harder it's going to be to actually work through that. And the more you try to come up with solutions on a structural basis, the harder it's going to be to actually be in the moment and feel. So uh, that's why it's very hard to tackle these things with the brain. And I have a lot of videos might help on how to tackle emotional issues, but the brain is really for other things, and we should be very glad to have it. It's a great layer that we have, and it's very overdeveloped in our thing, but it's also kind of interfering with our innate ability to seriously solve problems like emotional issues. And back in the day, it was a little bit easier in that sense because we were more in the moment and a little bit more in our bodies. But yeah, intelligence is absolutely overrated in that sense, and it doesn't solve anything. If anything, you live more in a world that's not there and not here. So, more of the story, try to be a little bit more like dumb people. And to be honest, I've tried this not like on purpose, but it really worked for me. Just stopping to analyze every single thing in my life and also not using patterns for happiness, basically as a method to get happiness. It is being in the moment. People are very scared of this because you don't have any control over it, but it's just what the layer looks like. It's just what it is like.